What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Another day of the Hot Rod Power Tour 2025 with Monkey Wrench Mike.
The final day, the final countdown.
It's the final countdown. I wonder if I could get that song and play it in here.
Well, that'd be cool.
So we are on time today. As you can see, everybody's still here. We're the first ones to get out of here, right?
Right.
Okay, there's one guy there. There's one guy over there. That's it.
Well, that's better than yesterday.
Yeah, and so we're not, every day we've been the last people out of here. Today, we were the third to last people out of here.
We're moving up.
We're getting better.
Okay.
We'll do better next year. We'll do better next year. So this morning, we're only an hour and 46 minutes away from Ohio.
Hallelujah.
And then
So nice.
we get to drive, I think, 6 hours back to Terre Haute. And then 10 hours back to Oklahoma.
Yeah.
So
there's a day in between, right? There's a
we
day
get
of rest.
1 day of rest.
Well, but you're gonna make us work.
Well,
We're going up on the roof.
I'm going on the roof. I got to get on the roof and clear out the twigs and things that have fallen from the trees, leaves and stuff, and that's it. I think that's all there is. And then eating lots of food.
Yeah.
And then going to the mall so I can shop the antique store.
You got to do your antiquing.
I got to do my antiquing.
You old lady.
I do. I feel like if I'm this bad now at 45, what am I going to be like in my 60s and 70s?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a hoarder.
You are.
It's gonna
in
be
your little
bad.
cart.
I'm going to have a house full of clocks.
It's the clock man.
That's what they can call. I'll start a YouTube channel, the Clock Man. It'll be like my car channel. I know nothing about clocks. I just like them, so I buy them and I try to fix them whenever they break.
You buy them and make them pretty, and that's it.
All right, Mike, do me a favor and plug the car in real quick so we can just juice up before it's time to go.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We've got a convenient charger right next to the Belair here. Where's the next stop? Norwalk, Ohio.
Yes.
And we're in Troy, Michigan?
Something, Michigan, just south of Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, we are right outside of Detroit. It's too bad we didn't get an opportunity to go and explore the culture of Detroit. I would have really liked to have gone and checked it out last night.
Oh, on Woodward Avenue, Cruise Woodward Avenue.
Yeah, right?
We should have done that.
Yeah, but no time. It was late. Everybody's tired. We're going to go gas up, get something to eat. We'll do a time lapse. We'll get on the road. And so far, the Belair has done absolutely perfect. Better than any car we've taken on Power Tour yet.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, way better.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a car that was made for just throwing miles on it and bombing down the interstate? This car, second to none.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely phenomenal. The real trick, though, is, it's just going to be a couple hour drive today, but then it's 6 hours back to Terre Haute and then 10 hours. That's going to be the real test, is making it all the way back to Oklahoma. By the time we're done, I'm going to try to figure out the mileage. I think it's going to be over 3,000.
A lot.
I do. I think we're going to be somewhere right around 3,000 miles in 5 days. 7 days. 7 days.
7 days.
On this car. All right, guys, let's get on the road and let's get to Norwalk, Ohio. Last leg of the trip for Power Tour.
We did it.
We made it.
We done did it.
We did. We made it with plenty of time to spare, guys. We got to go pick up our pictures, get our credentials punched, and then we're out of here. And we've already run into subscribers.
We couldn't even park.
No, as soon as we pulled in, people are trying to stop us. It's like, we can't stop in the middle of the road, man.
Right.
You know, I'm sorry. The first guy that stopped us was way back there. He's like, hey, I'm talking to you. Man, I'm sorry if you're watching this video. I'm sorry, but we can't just stop in the middle of the road and hold up traffic and everything.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're here. We parked as close as we can. Platinum parking. This is as good as it gets.
You got as close as you could to the main
Everything
stage.
is right here now.
Yeah.
So let's go. I can't believe it, Mike. It's the last punch of the trip. Oh, I got to get my receipt for the pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And look how good. I haven't even washed the car, Mike.
The tires are still shiny.
It's been like 3 days.
Yeah.
Two or 3 days and hundreds and hundreds of miles. And the car is just, she's beautiful, man.
Yep.
Absolutely beautiful. And it's for sale.
Oh, no. Have you decided to sell it?
I don't know yet. Here's what I'm thinking. I know the car still needs a little bit of work. It needs, I mean, most of the hard stuff is already done. But it does need a little bit. I'm thinking 35.
That's your number, 35.
That's my bottom, like my absolute lowest. I wouldn't, if you offer me $34,950, I would tell you to kick rocks.
Okay.
No.
I'll see if I can get 40 for it.
What I want is 40.
All right.
But 35 would be my absolute bottom dollar. Let's grab our receipts. And let's go get our tickets punched.
Yeah. There's your Belvedere.
Oh yeah, we saw that one yesterday.
Yeah.
Christine. The Plymouth Belvedere, Plymouth Plaza, Plymouth Fury. That is such a beautiful car.
Yep.
Such a beautiful car.
Okay.
Oh, he's gonna park right next to me.
Oh gosh.
There we go.
No, he's gonna go back
And
there.
we saw this one yesterday too at our hotel.
That's gorgeous.
That's Eleanor.
Eleanor.
Remember Eleanor? Gone in 60. Well, it was actually before that, I think. Gone in 60 seconds. Coyote swapped.
Woo.
And supercharged Eleanor.
So pretty.
It's got a Whipple.
A Whipple?
Oh, Whipple supercharger.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Looks like we got a Chevelle SS pulling in. Man, boy, Christine looks good. I'm telling you, Christine looks so good. All right, let's go get our tickets punched. Let's go pick up our pictures. And I don't think we're going to stick around long today. The weather, it's raining currently.
Yeah.
Not badly, but it is raining. And we've got a 6-hour drive back to Terre Haute, 10 hours back to Oklahoma. We're going to need the rest. It's been a long trip. It's going to be nice to sleep in a familiar bed.
It's going to be nice to sleep in a bed.
You slept in a bed. Sort of.
Sort of.
Mike took
I took the pull-out couch.
Last night.
And his cardboard mattress.
That I knew that was going to be extremely uncomfortable.
It was brutal.
And I appreciate you taking it, but I would have slept there.
I know, but then you would be tired today.
Yeah,
So,
I'm alright. I'm still
because
tired.
you're fully rested, you can drive the 6 hours.
Oh no! Since I drove from Oklahoma all the way here, it's your turn to drive all the way back now.
Oh, great.
You should be well rested.
I'm not
right?
well rested.
No. Well, we're going to get it figured out. But the goal is by the end of today, drive another 400 miles back to Terre Haute.
Yeah.
And then we can kind of take a breather, relax. Hopefully we get back in time for steak.
Oh, yes.
I think we've earned it.
Another one, yes.
And we'll just see what happens from there.
That guy's got his plaque. Are you excited for your plaque?
I'm excited to get my plaque and get out of the road here. We were complaining about all the people in the middle of the road.
And we're doing it.
And we're doing the exact same thing everybody else is doing. Well, it's done, Mike.
We are officially
finished. We've had more subscribers just finding us out here. Like, they're wandering around there. They snatch us like, hey.
Right.
We watch
Some
your
of
videos.
them don't wait for the other guy to get done with us. They just butt right in and come on up, which is fine. I understand.
It is. It's one of those things where, if you don't get in, you might not, get to hang out or whatever. So
you have to be assertive.
Right. I get it, man. We've had so much fun here today. Well, this whole Power Tour
Yeah.
has been an absolute blast for us. We've gotten to meet so many people, so many subscribers, which this is a first.
Yeah.
This is the first year that we've come out here, and I mean, we've met a few in the past, but this has been incredible.
Swarmed.
And it's not just for me. These people love you too.
Well,
and,
they watch you and then I watch you too.
Well,
which is fine, I'll take it.
And Santa's workshop as
and
well.
Santa.
Everybody's been asking, where's Santa's workshop? What's going on with Santa's workshop? Next year.
Yeah.
Next year. And
do you want to show this, or you
got to show them what we got? We got to show them what we got.
Look how beautiful.
Take a look. I'm gonna make this into a T-shirt again.
Good.
So let me tell you what I do. I got this, and I got the 8x10s.
Uh-huh.
I've got a high-resolution scanner at home.
Yeah.
And I'll scan. Oh yeah, we also got our plaques, and then of course we've got the wrong side. There we go. We've got all the punches for every venue.
We had to work hard for those too.
We did. We did. Yeah. Going up into the. There's another one. Going up into the Platinum Towers to get stamped was really difficult. Not having to stand in line with everybody else has been really hard.
Yeah.
But it was a fun trip. We got to meet a lot of people, and the car did absolutely great. But I'm going to turn these into T-shirts. I forgot where I was at. I take the 8x10s and I scan them into a high resolution image, and then I use that image on my T-shirts.
See?
So every year, for a limited time, I don't sell them for long, but for a limited time, when I get the shirts ready, you're going to have that exact picture on the T-shirts.
Nice.
It's going to be exactly. It shows every place we stopped along the way, starting in Indianapolis, then Joliet, Illinois, then Fort Wayne, Monroe, Michigan, and Norwalk, Ohio. So if anybody's interested in that, drop a comment below and let me know, and I'll let you guys know as soon as I get it.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
We got to give a big shout out to Santa's Workshop for coming out and helping us with this car and put it together.
The car wouldn't have been here if it weren't for him.
It wouldn't have had AC without Santa.
No, it wouldn't have had a lot.
Yeah. Of course, Monkey Wrench Mike.
It was a good trip.
Yeah, for coming out here and enduring these brutal trips.
Yeah.
This one really wasn't bad.
No.
This one really wasn't bad. And of course, to the sponsors, I don't want to forget Flowmaster, because they hooked us up with an exhaust for this.
Yes.
But unfortunately, we did not have time to get it installed. So we are going to finish the exhaust and do them right.
Yeah.
But CVF Racing for the serpentine belt kit, cold case for the cooling system, fan shroud, the wiring and everything. And then, of course, Vintage Air for the air conditioning. Some great sponsors this year, guys. And next year's going to be even bigger and even better. Next year...
How are you going to top this?
Oh, I already have. I got more sponsors. Next year, we got Smitting Performance with a 545 horsepower 406.
Okay.
We've got Pipes exhaust. We've got, I think Holly came in with hooker headers. CVF Racing came in for a serpentine belt kit. Cold Case came in for a cooling system. And I'm still working on the rear end is already built. I'm probably going to burn up the transmission in that one, so we'll probably need another transmission sponsor. Maybe we'll go with a 4-speed. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Gotta wait. Gotta give a minute to go by, guys. All right. And we'll see what happens after that. That car should be ready for burnouts and maybe some drag racing next year.
Maybe you could find a paint sponsor too.
I don't think I want another paint sponsor. No, thank you. I'll just pay for my paint jobs the way I used to.
Okay.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it.
I was thinking like someone else. Something good. That was not a jab. That was happy.
Of course it wasn't, because Mike wouldn't.
No,
Mike wouldn't do that.
That's not me.
All right, well, guys, we are going to head back to Terre Haute, Indiana. We got about 6 hours to go. Let's get a time lapse going, and cross your fingers. We're going to make it the rest of the way home. All right, so we were getting ready to get out of here, and some more subscribers showed up. Actually, I think you guys had all been sitting there just waiting, and we appreciate that. This is James. John. Damn it. I'm sorry. And your son is in the military.
Yes.
James, your son, James. Okay, so I got it.
You got it
somewhat,
right. It was just close.
So I wanted to give a special shout out to James, because you said he just got promoted.
Yep.
and he's getting ready to retire soon, a couple years.
2 years.
Well, congrats, James. I want to give a shout out for me and
Absolutely.
Monkey Wrench
Congratulations.
Mike.
Thank you
And
for your service,
yes,
too.
Thank you for your service. We appreciate it. And super cool dad right here, because he came all the way out here.
That's right. Just to see this.
He came all the way out here to get her
You guys
done.
made it. Didn't have a U-Haul taking you back today. Hopefully.
Well, make sure he sees this video to be out any... Hold on. There we go. Pesky drag racing getting in the way of my video. Yeah. Yeah, seriously, James, thanks a lot, man, for serving this country. We appreciate it. And John, thank you for coming out here, man. All right?
Okay.
Almost back to Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yes.
Nothing but rain,
Blah,
rain,
blah, blah.
and our power steering has gone out.
Now we got the drama.
Yeah, of course. As you can see up, hear it? And now take a look at look at it, just like.
That's really bad.
I don't even know what, it's puking power steering fluid everywhere. And instead of looking like power steering fluid, it's white and frothy. And it's bubbling like crazy. It had no power steering fluid in it when we got here. It's completely empty.
Zero. Wow.
Look at that. Is it smoking?
I don't see smoke. I just see bubbles. That's not good.
Something very wrong with that. And it is so
Kind of wet back there too.
well. Look up here.
Yeah. Oh wow.
So it
my.
has ejected, like we had this problem before. It spews it out of the lid, spews it all over the engine, and the air from driving is blowing it all over the back of the engine. So everything is completely saturated and soaked.
That's so bizarre.
I don't know what to do. I'm afraid that we may have damaged the pump now because I didn't know that it had no power steering fluid. if anybody's got any idea why this thing is doing this, and if you look, the power steering fluid's like a, I don't know, a tannish color.
Yeah. Like
That's
custard.
white.
Yeah.
Like that looks like mayonnaise. It looks like it's full of water. I just can't figure out how could water possibly get in to the power steering reservoir. No good, man.
So bizarre.
This is no good.
So at highway speeds, you're not really using a whole lot of the
Right.
power steering
Right.
effort. So maybe there's a chance we could make it.
I mean, we're about an hour away.
Yeah.
My problem is we're 10 hours away from Oklahoma, 11 hours away from Oklahoma, and whatever's wrong with this has got to be burning up the pump. This is
Yeah.
hurting the pump, and if that pump seizes, there's no belt,
Yeah.
and at that point, I don't know where we're going to get another one of those pumps at. So it made it the whole damn trip.
The whole way home.
Trip.
Yep.
We've had nothing. No real issues out of it. And now that we're on the way back home, we're starting with problems.
The gas gauge drops every once in a while and
Yep.
just stops.
Yep.
Sometimes she stumbles.
Yep, we've had issues where we'll stop and get gas and it just starts running kind of rough. And it clears up as you drive it, but it just starts acting up a little bit.
Yeah.
And
What's the word you use? She's very
temperamental.
temperamental.
There's oil all over. Yeah, great. I stepped in it and now it's like ice. She is very temperamental. Like most of the time it seems like it's running and driving just fine. But then as you see right here, the gas gauge, like earlier, I looked down, it was at dead empty and I was like, oh my God, we're out of gas. And I didn't realize that we're not out of gas. It came back again. The gas gauge has started acting up and now the power steering is acting up. I don't know what else to do. We're just going to have to throw the lid on it. The lid is right there.
Where? Oh.
Right over there. We'll have to throw the lid back on this thing. And we're just going to have to get on the road. And it's an hour back to Terre Haute. Let's just hope we make it and we can look into it a little bit more tomorrow after the car's had time to cool off.
Okay.
What time is it?
It's 2 a.m. Only frat boys are up this time.
Well, let's go party.
Bro. Come on, bro.
Let's go party. It's 2 a.m. We should be drinking. Where's the whiskey?
It's on the table right there.
I'm so ready. I'm going to have just a little bit of whiskey for bed.
Are you really?
Yeah, just
Sweet.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
And I think that'll help. I mean, I'm already going to pass out, but this is really going to make sure that I pass out tonight.
You have been driving your rear end off for days.
Yeah, I'm going to let you just drive the rest of the way home. Now that the car's acting up, and that way if something breaks, we can blame it on you.
Yeah, here we go.
Be like, I was asleep. The car was fine. Mike started driving it,
up.
and the paint fell off of it.
It's all bubbling everywhere. Look at this.
Yeah, look at that. This is the one he got for you.
Yeah, we're going to have a taste test, too, sometime.
Thank you again, Alex. He was like the favorite person I think I've ever had on the channel.
How many people came up and talked to us about him?
Yes. So I hope Alex is watching this video.
Yes.
Because we had so many people that said, man, I needed to hear what he said.
Right.
Like they were in a bad spot, they had the wrong mindset, something, and just a few minutes of him talking just like woke them up to the reality of how great it is to be here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in my damn feelings again. I can't.
That's what the whiskey's for.
That doesn't help. That was a powerful message.
It was huge.
Powerful message in such a short time. It was not scripted. It wasn't anticipated.
We didn't know going into the whole thing.
No. I had no idea. I've never met the guy before in my life. But I'm glad I know him.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of my viewers are glad that they got to see him and hear him talk. I think I'm ready to end this video.
It's been a day.
And tomorrow's supposed to be easy. I need to get on the roof. I need to clean off some twigs and some leaves and things of that nature. And that was really it.
Yeah.
Check the oil in the car, fill up the gas tank, go eat at a bunch of great places because we got one day left to really eat. You know, eat a bunch, go to the antique store and go shopping.
Go antiquing.
Look, let me show them some of my antiques that I've collected since I've been here. It's unfortunate that everybody took all my uncle's stuff out of the house. I've got a lot of it down at my buyer's property. A lot of stuff just sitting there. I'm tempted to bring it back because it all kind of belongs here.
Yeah.
But I wanted like old stuff because that's the kind of stuff my grandparents and my uncle liked. These are his model cars that he built, and unfortunately, this is what the nursing home did with his stuff.
Oh, I remember.
After he passed away.
They put it in a big trash sack, right?
Yes, they threw everything he owned. He was passionate about his model cars. One of his favorite cars is the Plymouth Satellite because he had one. And so he did these models pretty regularly, man. He loved the Satellites. This is a GTX, I believe. But this one right here is actually closest to the one he owned.
Oh, wow.
So this was kind of his favorite, and this is how I got it. I never touched it and tried to put it back together.
Yeah.
But this is how it came to me from the nursing home. They literally when he died, they took everything he owned, threw it in a garbage bag, and told me I had X amount of days to come get it or they were tossing it. And all of his model cars were just destroyed like this. These were his passion.
That's tough.
He couldn't work on cars anymore. You know, he got old and he couldn't work on, but he could do this.
Yeah. Wow.
So, anyway, bad memories. We don't need to be thinking about none of that. We're about to have a drink or I'm going to have a real bad night. We got some old Dr. Pepper. The old oil cans. I get all this stuff from the antique store. And check it out. This is how you open them. And it's a combo funnel and can opener. So you open the can and it sticks down in it. And then you just pour it and it doesn't make a mess.
Yeah.
50 years later, we can't make something like this anymore, right? Lots of old cans. Of course, my favorite picture of my uncle when he was younger. This is the picture we used for his funeral. I don't think he ever looked better. He looks like cool with his shades and everything, you know? We got, some of these bottles are from him. We found them in a shed in the backyard. This was something, he was depressed a lot. And so he started, at the recommendation of his counselor, putting things like this on the walls.
Oh, cool.
To, like, when he would wake up or something, he'd see it. Or if he walked through the living room, there'd be something like this. So it's something motivational to help him, like, get through his day. This was actually his, so I kept that. And then clocks. Let's start with this one. And almost all of them work. This one works, but it's loud. And it's like a dong, Dong! So I tend not to use it too much when there are people here. I sleep through it. It helps me sleep, but it keeps some people awake. It was beautiful, beautiful old clock. I don't remember how it opens anymore. There it is, right there. I think. Yeah. So we've got the key to it. When you wind it up, you've got one for the ringer, one for the tick-tock, one for the chime. I don't remember what the other one's for. It's been so long.
Yeah.
But it's completely wound down. That one is my favorite clock here, and then I've got a ton more. Nobody cares, but we're gonna go through. We're gonna go through it anyway. We found a Maggie doll at the antique store,
yeah.
and then we've got this mantle clock right here that I love. This is a Howard Miller. We've got this mantle clock way up here. This is an old mantle clock. I've got more. This one's from the 1800s. It works. And there's another one down there. That one does not work properly, but I still like it. And we have another clock over here. It works sometimes. You got the multi-band radio.
I remember those.
You remember these?
Yeah.
I figured you would. I got it for $25. I can't remember. I think it works. I'm certain that, yeah, this one works. The other one doesn't. Cool. You remember these? The all-in-one?
Everything.
You could hook up an external speaker, and they got the emergency broadcast band. You just don't.
That's cool.
You don't see this stuff anymore. I paid $25 for it at the antique store. Then we got this old antiquated radio here. It does not work, but it still looks really cool. This is a Zenith. You remember Zenith, Mike?
We had TVs by Zenith.
Zenith?
Yeah.
I got lots of antique stuff.
Yeah.
I got an old washing machine in the bathroom. Doesn't work, but it's still just kind of cool. An old scale. And then under here, this is an old, what is this? A handy hot washing machine with a timer, and it's got a little motor, and the thing just sits there and it's an electronic washer. Anyway, enough of all that. I'm stalling because I'm happy to be home.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back here. The car has definitely got a problem with power steering. We're going to have to, tomorrow,
We get to work on it.
the day that I need to be on the roof, I need to change the air filter in the basement. And we were supposed to just spend the rest of the day relaxing and sleeping. Now we get to, my idea was to spray soapy water on the
All
lines.
the fittings.
Yeah. Because we think that it's sucking air in, and that's aerating.
80% of the time I read that it's the intake that's doing it, if it's getting
Okay.
air in there. So
So we'll get some soapy water, spray it, try to figure out where the leak is, and then see what we can do to fix it, drain all the fluid, and hope that the pump isn't burned up.
right.
Because the chances of the pump not seizing up on a 10-hour, 700-mile drive home without lubrication, that's yeah. We're in big trouble.
Sticky choke.
Oh, I forgot. So we got off the highway and I was feeling froggy. You know, I'm so happy to be back in Terre Haute. I stomped on it, and the damn the throttle got stuck, and I'm sitting there slamming on the brakes, and I'm like, uh-oh. I said, Mike, it's stuck, and I'm popping the gas pedal, and it didn't want to cut. It finally did break loose.
Yeah.
But
you were coasting at 50. So
that's just to give you an idea of where the gas pedal was stuck at. If you took your foot off the brake, she would go to 50 miles an hour and just it was like cruise control.
exactly.
That carburetor has been giving me a lot of problems lately. So we've got a carburetor to figure out, the linkage for sure. I don't think there's anything wrong with the linkage. I think the problem is something in the carburetor, but I want to check the linkage anyway. We've got the power steering to figure out, the AC that needs completely torn down to figure out. There's
Fuel
the
gauge.
brakes, the fuel gauge, the fuel sending unit needs to be replaced.
A lot of it does.
The brakes got soaked in transmission fluid, so now they intermittently pull and act weird, especially when it's wet out. So that needs to be looked into. I'm just tired.
You fell out of love with it. This was a keeper. You were bragging on her. oh, this is a great car. I can put an engine in and do this and fix that. And
Yeah.
now you're like, I could send it on to Copart.
I did say that in the car. I said, you know what? I think I could pull 30 to 35 from Copart, probably 30 from Copart because of fees and everything. Mm-hmm. And I'm tired. And the last thing I want to do is go home and tear everything apart that I've already done on this car, take it all apart and do it again. That's such a pain in the backside. But at the same time, this is what gets me right here, man. I know there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but when I looked at this picture and I just saw...
Yeah, look how pretty.
I mean, come on. Really?
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
It's beautiful. So we'll see. Got to give a big shout out to Monkey Wrench Mike, because this is it's always interesting.
Good word.
It's always interesting. A big shout out to all the subscribers that came out and hung out with us throughout the whole trip.
So many.
Thank you all so much for coming out and showing support and love for the channels. That was awesome. A lot of people asked about Santa's Workshop as well. So we're going to give a big shout out to Santa's Workshop. I'm going to put a link to Monkey Wrench Mike and Santa's Workshop in the description box below this video. I highly recommend, if you don't already know them, you should probably go check them out. Of course, CVF Racing for the serpentine belt kit, vintage air conditioning for the AC, cold case for the radiator, the cooling system, the cooling fan, the wiring, and everything. We had some great sponsors. Flowmaster, which I believe was sent by Holly. I'm certain that was sent by Holly. I feel bad that we didn't have time to get it installed, but that's yet another thing.
A whole other video.
Yeah. Stay tuned, because the next video you're going to see is still going to be this car, except we're going to tear into it and try to figure out what the hell. We may replace the carburetor.
Yeah.
The sticky linkage is very concerning. I will really need to check into that, because it's never okay for a linkage to get stuck.
Right.
That's important in power steering. Hopefully, we can get all that figured out easily and quickly. Mm-hmm. And then the maybe in the same video we'll do the trip home, 10 hours home, or that may be a separate video.
Yeah, we're not home yet. We are 10 hours away.
No. Don't mistake this for... I mean, this is home for me. This is always home. Yeah. This is always home. But this is not where I live. We both live a long, long way away from here. We got to get back to Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. So there's more videos to come on this car, and then I think we're going to take a break. Once everything is done, we get back to Oklahoma. I think we're going to take a break on this car and get back to some other content. I've got a 94 Corvette flooded from Houston, Texas. That's supposed to be a low-mileage car. I thought it ran and drove. The truck driver said it does not run. So you know how flood cars go. Right. You know, they may run, and then they sit for months, then they don't run.
You're batting 1,000 on flood cars, so
we'll see. But I am. I'm in the first video, I'm determined we're going to get it run into a burnout. That's going to happen. We've got a Toyota Helix that I didn't even know was a Helix. I didn't even know. I'm not familiar with Toyotas. I saw the damn thing on Copart, I think. Mm-hmm. Camoed out, custom bed, custom rack on the roof, manual transmission with a V6. And I was like, oh, dude, a badass old Toyota. Let's grab it. And then people started commenting on the pictures of it. They were like, that's a Helix. And I was like, what? I've heard those are expensive. Mm-hmm. I didn't give anything for this. So I Googled it, and sure enough, it looks to me like it is a Toyota Helix. And then we've got the Dodge Charger RT for Nick. I've never driven it. I know nothing about it, so we've got to do that car too. And then there's the
pickup truck.
My new pickup truck, my 1970, I think, International 1000 with a V8 and air conditioning.
It's cool. It's really cool.
It's been dead a long time. Mm-hmm. The gas tank smells funky. The brakes are locked up. There's no brake pedal. We're gonna get that running quick, I think, and then it'll be a matter of getting the brakes going, and then hopefully maybe taking it on a test drive.
And a lot to come.
Don't forget, got to finish the engine on the Impala, the '66 Impala.
You're never gonna forget about that.
Oh no!
You're more excited on that than ever.
There is so much fun content coming up. But first, I have to get audited by the state of Oklahoma.
Yay!
As soon as I get home, that's my top priority. I need that drink. I need that drink. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Monkey Wrench Mike for coming along on this trip. Santa's Workshop for helping us finish up the car. Stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.